How do we make life easier? Hello, my friends. My name is Casey. How do we make life easier? Well, we just give it all up. That's all you gotta do is just give it all up. Completely surrender. Stand in the center of the circle and allow all things to take their course. Become the observer, which is taking the highest perspective, the perspective of God, standing in the center of the circle, not thinking, detached. We are detached. We are not identifying with our somebodyness, the actor, the ego, the doer. We don't think we're somebody doing something. When we stop thinking, this makes our lives easier. Because remember, all suffering assumes control. And when we're caught in the cycles of thought and the thinking mind, we think we're somebody doing something and we think we're in control. All suffering assumes control because we get attached to outcomes and we get attached to thinking we're doing something and thinking that we have a choice. There is no control. Control only exists in the thinking mind, right? What happens when you stop thinking long enough? We become the observer and we observe nature running off in ourselves and others and everything. This is how we make life easier. Because the more we surrender, we stay present, we become the observer, we observe nature running off. The more we stop thinking, we the observe, we are detaching. So those attachments are what is causing our suffering and our stress, because our attachment to thinking we're somebody doing something and thinking we're in control is causing our suffering and our stress, right? Because when we stop thinking, we give up control. And there goes our suffering and our stress. And we realize we're just observing our nature running off. We're observing the actions and what we say and what we do and all this stuff, right? We're observing this. We're not doing it. And once we realize this and take this highest perspective, the perspective of God, standing in the center of the circle and allowing all things to take their course, once we take this perspective, our life gets easier. And we just see how things start working easier and easier, and it just feels so freeing. Because when we stop thinking, we're not attached to outcomes and expectations and things like this. We're not attached to the control, thinking we're in control. That causes all of our suffering. All suffering assumes control. And we watch how we automatically manifest things, and we're just observing it anyway. And things just work easier, and you just work easier with people. So the more we stay present and stop thinking, which is, again, the highest devotion to God, right? Surrender is the highest devotion to God, our cosmic beloved. And that is how we allow the divine to work through us. And that is how we free ourselves and free the world. And that is how we make life easier. Giving it all up, all of our attachments to our somebodyness, right? Our ego. We stop thinking we're doing anything. We stop trying to do anything. I have a video called Stop Trying to Do Anything, because that means you think you're somebody doing something. And that only exists in the thinking mind, thinking we're in control, right? So stop trying to do anything and just observe. Stop thinking. Because if you're trying to do something, that means you're caught in the cycles of thought. It's easy to get caught in the cycles of thought and the illusion, because we are born into a sea of stimulation, aggravation, and information, which has us caught in the illusion of chaos, fear, and confusion. And they keep they keep us purposely suppressed at these lower emotional states with fear, chaos, and confusion in the illusion, so they can feed off of us energetically. How do we escape this? We give it all up. We surrender. We stop thinking and end all of your problems, all of your attachments to the illusion. We have to give all of them up. Presence and purification, right, is how we escape this matrix. It's how we escape from being these slaves. That's how we ascend humanities, by freeing ourselves. As above, so below. We have to free ourselves to free the world. So this is how we make life easier. Facilitating a peaceful state. Reconstituting, emptying the mind. Stop taking information so we may receive deeper understandings from the divine. Purify the body, because a calm body, calm mind. And it's interesting, we will see the connection between presence and purification. The more we practice presence, the higher we can go in purification. And when we get caught slipping back in the game and the illusion, we tend to fall out of presence. We fall out of presence when we see the reverse. So presence and purification is the way, the two highest devotions to God. Thank you for joining me, my friends. I pray that our cosmic beloved will bless you with peace, patience, presence, health, abundance, and understanding. A deeper understanding as we go to the present state, as we surrender, as we empty the mind and facilitate a state of peace, reconstitute the mind. Let the mind work itself out, all the programs, until it fizzles out. And then we really empty the mind, and then the deeper understanding starts coming. And then we become even more free. I am here getting free with you, my beautiful brothers and sisters. I am God's eternal love pouring forth. Namaste.